Another new version of Daggerheart is available. What are the big changes? We break it down for you.
Who's the Dice Master, me or you?
You are.
No, you are.
This week, Darrington Press released Daggerheart 1.4, the latest edition of its fantasy tabletop RPG. It feels like it was just a few weeks ago when Daggerheart 1.3 was released, which is because they literally released it like 4 weeks ago. Now, putting that aside, the new changes are a lot smaller in scope than in 1.3, with changes to advantage and disadvantage, some changes to leveling, and also a key change to ancestry. Let's break down everything that got changed in the new Daggerheart edition.
Can you please teach me how to play this game?
So the biggest change is that advantage and disadvantage has been reverted back to its original form, with both rolls now using a d6 in addition to the duality dice, and the result of that dice either added or subtracted to the result based on the roll. Now 1.3 used 2 hope dice instead of that d6, with players choosing the result on advantage or taking the lower result on disadvantage, with the aim of increasing the amounts of crits on a roll with advantage. Matt Mercer and Spenser Starke mentioned in a video that players seem to prefer this old version, although I personally enjoyed the 2 hope dice method, and I thought my players did too. Now, the other major change is that ancestries now have 2 features instead of 1, providing more variability to the ancestries than before. This also allows players to take mixed ancestries, as players can now choose one feature from both ancestries if they wish to create a character with a mixed heritage. That's a pretty cool change. Some other notable changes include a change to the level up system. Players now automatically increase their proficiency bonus at levels 2, 5, and 7. Previously, this was one of the options that players could choose when they leveled up in different tiers. Also, the Guardian, the Warrior, and the Seraph got their minor damage thresholds increased, which means that some classes will be tankier than others, because if the damage is rolled low enough, or if the players have a way to mitigate that damage somehow, they won't take any damage at all. And now, with the new changes, they won't take stress either. The classes also got a rebalance, although a lot of these changes were more minor in nature than before. Adversaries also got reworked to bring them more in line with the changes made in the new version of the game, and environments were also given some tweaks, mainly with guidance for scaling environments to match the various tiers of play. Adversaries also got some tweaks, and some were actually removed from this edition so they could get reworked with the new rule sets. Finally, the GM got some attention with an optional moveset for critical successes. Basically, you can add a extra damage dice if you roll a critical success on a roll, and there's now some guidance on adding NPCs to campaigns with NPCs actively participating in combat. All that stuff just wasn't in the previous rule set. So what does all of this mean? Well, it's clear the Darrington Press is looking at a mix of big macro level changes. We got another change to advantage and disadvantage, and they're also now working on refining things on the micro level. This update touches on a lot more areas than the last one. We're seeing things like equipment and ancestries and, GM guidance and environments all getting tweaked. But these are all more minor changes and refinements than swapping out one mechanic or one game system for another. The other curious thing was we got some teases for what's on the table for the future of Daggerheart after this game officially gets released, of course. They're talking more classes, more domains, and a curious chaos deck that was inspired by a system that Matt Mercer made for Taliesin to use with Ashton. We're also about to get a new adventure in the next playtest, and yes, that means that we'll be getting more playtest documents soon. So the priority remains getting Daggerheart's core rule set finished. But it's pretty clear that Darrington Press already has big plans for this game in 2025 and beyond. So what do you think of the new changes? Have you tried them out yet? Let us know in the comment section, and don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons.